surprisingly well out here. Got a death sentry up in there. Don't get me wrong, there could be some sketchy situations, but I mean, for what it is, you know, this is a very budget, just getting, you know, going type of build. Nice stuff.
Always taking, asking why we show our teeth. That give me something, it give me more. Open your windows, but lock all the doors.
Alright. Well, budget builds. Episode number 2. And the next one on the list on the character selection screen is the Assassin. This is online. I just kind of threw some stuff on a character I had so I could just kind of show you my thoughts on a really good ladder start or starting from scratch, just complete budget build. Let's go ahead and just make a game. Kind of show you what I got working with here. So, you know, do you want to build an assassin from scratch? You know, solo self-found? Do you have no items, just starting, whatever it is? Or maybe you just first character, and you want to go assassin. This is one build that I think is extremely good for just starting out. Doesn't really need anything at all. A few of these pieces are just totally not even really needed. Like, but so what we got going on here is primarily a trapper. Firebomb is going to be one of the first skill that you're going to start to use. You get it right away when you level up to your first level. You start with just a few points to that, and then as soon as you get lightning sentry, you're going to want to be maxing lightning sentry. So you'd be splitting between fire and lightning damage here. 1 point death sentry, the corpse explosion is nice. With more plus to skills, the radius goes up quite a bit. And you could easily get like a number of plus to skills. And so this build doesn't require a Sunder charm. It doesn't require an infinity or an enigma or anything like that. I mean, you could just get straight through the game and beat hell just like this. And I really like having the kicks to kind of help you against elemental immunities. Sometimes there's fire and lightning immunities, and you could deal with it with some kicks. So right away, I always put at 1 point to Dragon Talon. With enough plus to skills, this could get to like 3 kicks or so. I don't really have any other plus to skills right now. But as you can see, I've got no Sunder. I do have an Annie. Also not needed. Let's just go ahead and go through the skill tree. So you'll start with a Dragon Talon, and I'll leave this up to you. You can, if you like using it and you find like a pair of goblin toes, you don't need gore riders. I just threw these on because this is what I've found, but what I actually used before was goblin toes, and you just up them as you go through the difficulties to help the kick damage. And the kick damage isn't really, it's mostly the crushing blow, mostly for bosses, to be honest, and your traps will take care of them, but the kicks will help you kind of whale them down. But you don't even need to really use the kicks either. I mean, for the bosses, the traps will do, but like I said, it's mostly for those immunities. I also use an Act 2 mercenary with prayer, insight, and cure. Just a lot of extra healing. Kind of helps you stay more of like more alive, I guess you'd say. Use a Shadow Disciplines. I put one to Shadow Warrior just as like a nice distraction. You can throw it up sometimes and take some heat off of yourself. And one to Burst of Speed. Helps you run around a lot faster. Helps you lay traps a lot faster, because your traps are actually determined by your attack speed. Yeah, and since we're not going to be teleporting, running is a lot better. So, yeah. I didn't use Fade. You could opt to Fade if you want. Helps the resistances. But yeah, like I said, you're going to start with Fire Blast. You know, once you get down, I kind of like Shockweb as well. It works okay. Like when you first get it, the cool thing about Fire Blast is it makes the web bigger the more points you have in the Fire Blast. But you're going to max both of those and Lightning Sentry. But like I said, I'd split between Lightning Sentry and Fire Blast when you first start. So, you know, dump like 5, maybe even 10 points in a Fire Blast as you're leveling 1 into your kick. And you should be good all the way down to Lightning Sentry, no problem. As soon as you get Death Sentry, just go ahead and put a point to it. It helps with crowds, and then the more plus skills you end up getting, the bigger the radius, so that really helps. But right now, I'm 86. This was one of my previous ladder characters from like way back, and I just scrounged together just random gear to show you how well it works with just nothing. Max Lightning Sentry, Fire Blast, then Shockweb, and then I threw the points into Charge Bolt Sentry as a synergy for all these. The cool thing about Fire Blast is all the traps are a synergy for it, except for Death Sentry. So now remaining points, I'm just tossing into Wake of Fire, just for extra damage on Fire Blast. Yeah. Stats. I wear a Monarch, so just enough to get that strength up to wear a Monarch. I think I needed some dexterity for like a sword or something as I was leveling, so feel free to put some there. Otherwise, it's all vitality. Yeah, resistances could be better. I think with the gear I was actually running with, I might have been using a smoke. So that has like 50 all resistances. When we see right now, you'll see it's just totally garbage gear. I threw on a Dracula's Grasp because I needed the strength for now. This isn't what I was using, but if you decide to do Ubers, this character can do Ubers. You'll just switch out a couple things, use like a black, I think is the weapon, for Crushing Blow, and, you know, Goblin Toes upped. And you could use either Dracula's Grasp if you find them, or you could shop a Life Tap Wand. Most important thing, though, is just getting that Life Tap so you don't die. You know, scrounge together whatever charms you can. You could even use a shield that's like 4 sockets with 4 perfect diamonds. Use a smoke. You could pre-buff with a treachery if you have the runes to make one. But like I said, you don't even need a Dracula's Grasp. You could just use resistance gloves. You could use, you know, laying of hands. That helps a little bit. Yeah, again, this is just a strength. I needed strength to wear some stuff because I shifted gear around. This is not the gear I was wearing. It's actually a lot worse. It's basically just for the strength. I don't need cast rate because I'm not teleporting. Gold wrap. It's just magic find. I don't really have any other magic find. I think I was probably wearing a Thunder God's belt before this. I literally threw just what I had in a stash. Raven Frost cannot be frozen. You're going to need that. Like I said, Goblin Toes would be ideal. If you find Saigon Boots right away, that's the heaviest class of boots with the best kick damage for normal difficulty. Those, what are they called? Plated boots or whatever. Can't remember. My brain is kind of dead right now. Or even just rares. I've used triple resistance rares that I find before too. Just the heavier the boot class, as you up them, the better kick damage they're going to be getting. For shield, make a spirit as soon as you can. Otherwise, you could use a rhyme. I think it's Tal-eth or Shale-eth. Just a very easy rune word to make. You can make early in a 2-socket shield. That has cannot be frozen and some magic find on it. That's one of those ones that I use almost all the time when I'm making a character, especially something like this that'll use kicks every now and then and doesn't want to be frozen because you're running around. Just an assassin skills amulet with some resistances on it. I have an assassin circlet. This one I actually gambled. You don't need the cast rate at all. Literally just skills would be good. You could mute what I was using before this was the Ort Soul, the lore rune word. Super low level, 2-socket helms, 1-to-all skills with some lightning resist. I'm just wearing a rare armor. It literally is nothing, just ethereal, repairs durability, life. I was wearing a smoke, so my resistances were capped in hell. The most important thing, the first good upgrade that you'll get with your first mid rune when you find an rune is to make a crescent moon. This is going to greatly increase your lightning trap damage. You don't need it, but this is a big help as soon as you can. You will feel this. You will feel this big time. And I wouldn't even worry about a Sunder charm until you have this, because when you break lightning immunities, they're at 95 resistance, and you're not going to do anything to them until you have extra negative enemy resistances. I've got nothing on Switch, so no CTA, nothing big. There's literally nothing big going on here. These are just random charms that I found in my inventory. Yeah, so before we continue, if you like character builds, if you like killing demons, if you like metal, if you like my metal, subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Yeah, so let's kind of go around and see how this performs. I'll show you the Chaos Sanctuary. Or maybe I'll go ahead into the Arcane Sanctuary. This is a good place to find runes in Arcane. So the first thing I always do is, Burst of Speed, get my Shadow Master up. So I've got kicks on this side. It's just 2 kicks for now. Like I said, if you have enough skill points, I think it's every 6 levels it gets a new kick. Like a 3rd kick, 4th kick, whatever. But I barely use it. Oh, another thing that you can do is like opt for Dragonflight if you'd like. I kind of like playing from range with the traps and then only get up in their face if I really need to. So, yeah. I like to lay down a couple traps. When I see people, I'll put down a Death Sentry in the mix. Yeah, gone. Fire bombs. These things really do take people out. And you get those extra skills and it like greatly increases your damage all around because it helps firebomb and lightning sentry. Oops, unified. Wow. It died fast. Yeah, you could get in here and do Chaos or Arcane Sanctuary runs really fast. I say Chaos because that's like the place I like to go for almost everybody if I'm farming. I'm just stuck on saying Chaos. I think that was a Grizz armor. That's funny. And I think it's really important to have something good on the table for budget builds for when ladder starts. We've got a new ladder Season 8 coming soon, and if you happen to be seeing this build after Season 8, I'm sure it's still going to be just as functional unless they make some extreme changes to the game. But yeah, you can see I'm in hell. I mean, like barely any plus to skills, and I'm not having problems. These things are pretty strict, so that's where that kick damage, the crushing blow, comes in. When you get bigger groups, wow, like that, it's good to toss in a Death Sentry. I think that was, yeah. Look at that. It's like no big deal. I'm telling you, that Crescent Moon, that's your first big upgrade. I mean, I think even with this character, I found an rune on like my forge. So I was like, yes, there it is. Also, you can cube up too. Keep your runes going. Like I like to cube them up. I'll keep those chipped and flawed gems for a while, and yeah, this is a fun character to make. She's cool. She's very versatile. So as you can see, I mean, that's not an issue. So you can do Hell Arcane runs. There's good rune drops here, super chests. She runs pretty fast. You can get, if you put on a hustle. Oh, is that what I was wearing? I think I did smoke for a while and then switched to hustle. That extra run speed is super sweet. Yeah, here we go. Let's check out the Chaos Sanctuary. Burst of Speed. Got my Shadow Warrior. Ha. Okay. Nope. I think this is a really cool, super budget build. I mean, this gets you straight through. Nothing. I'll show you. This is Hell Chaos with that pretty terrible gear that I showed earlier. Ooh, immune to fire and lightning. Pop, corpse explosion. Eh. Life tap. Yay, that's kind of cool. Move out. Ah. Some of these guys are immune to fire, some of them are immune to lightning. Oh man. That holy freeze, that slows you down pretty good. Ooh, hello. Sounds like I pressed 2 more than the other buttons, huh? But reevaluate my button selections here. This is, in my opinion, this is like pretty good for no enigma. This is like no nothing. Oops. Okay, immune to lightning. Not bad. Just a few more plus skills. Those fire blasts and lightning sentry goes up to like 6k, and this goes up to like 326, 7, 800k. It's quite a bit different. And that's just, you know, my armor was like treachery, 2 to skills. You'd be surprised, like, skillers aren't too hard to find either, you know? Go do Ubers, give an assassin torch, makes a pretty big difference. That is not bad. Get my warrior up there in front. Don't want to get messed up too bad from this ace. See, they're dead now. He's dead. No big deal. I'm gonna level up. Jeez. I used the shockweb quite a bit. I wish it did a little more, but it's still fun to use, especially when you're maxed out on 5 traps laid out. Pop, pop, you hear those pops? Alright, here's the hard pack right here, right? The Dissaist, or Infector of Souls. Let's tear them up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll get a death sentry. There's some shockwebs out here. Flank around to this side. Welcome, bud. There you go. Bam! Not bad. Alright, let's go take out Diablo. So I'll do all lightning sentry traps. You could stand here and kick him. You could firebomb him. Bam! There it was. That is not bad. That is not bad at all, friends. I mean, this is such low. There is nothing going on here with most of my gear. I mean, good ladder start. Alright, let's go. Let's see here. You know, this build can do Baal as well. Hello. Excuse me. Let's go take him out, dude. I'm gonna level up to 87 right now. Man. No biggies. Alright, well, it must have been to the right. My bad. Big on. Go. Nice. Glad I'm not seeing any disconnects right now. That was happening like real bad yesterday. Nice. Damn, there's a level. I don't know what to do with it. What do I do? Okay, let's get down here. It's kind of nice when you're running around, it forces you to, you know, to clear the levels. And you get so much more experience actually clearing, you know, than skipping everything. I just hit 87. That's neat. Ooh, hello. I am not a pro assassin player or seasoned. assassin player at all. Jerk. Alright, let's get down to the throne. What we got? Got snakes. Kick them down, dude. Okay. Take those rejuvies. Handy. Ooh, snakes. It's always good, you know, throw a couple traps in front of you. Yeah, I feel like this is just a good overall, well-rounded character. It's nice to have something that doesn't necessarily need a Sunder charm to really get through the game, no problem. Like, you could start farming terror zones immediately with this character, like really anywhere in the game. Yeah. This is just a single point into Shadow Warrior, by the way, and it's like, it does pretty well. I mean, it's mostly a distraction anyway. It's not necessarily like, oh, this is my summon to kill for me. This is my distraction method. Nice. Go. Not bad at all. This wave I feel like is a little bit harder. Stay safe back here. Why not? Got a distraction up there again. You see what I mean with the Shadow Warrior? You know, definitely just a distraction when there's big enemies. Pop those body, let's go. Okay, dude, no problem. Like, no problem. Hell, Baal. It's cool because your Shadow Warrior will mimic the skills that you've got down here, so you know, if you're fighting lightning immunes, get that firebomb. Throw firebombs. Where'd he go? There he is. Sometimes I can't tell which one does better, the fire bombs on bosses or the shock rod. I like shock rod, I think it's cool. I could have kicked him and he probably would have died way faster. On account of the crushing blow. There you go. Baal. He dead. I hope this maybe influences you. If you want to go with Assassin, kind of gives you an idea of where to start. You can do this straight from level 1, and you don't need to use any respecs whatsoever, so you can save them all for other builds you might want to try, or like I said, if you get the runes, you want to make mosaic and go that route, or if you want to go full traps, you can do that. You can continue going with this and maybe invest a little more into the kicks to more efficiently do Ubers and other things like that. Once you get an Enigma, just telly stomp and kick, and trap. It's actually a really fun build. I actually like this build, and just add, better gear pieces as you find them. Once you have an enigma, it really changes things up too. Though, as you can see, it's not needed. This is something you could totally just go run chaos with. You can do cows as well. Yeah, good fun character. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to see, and I hope to keep pumping out some more of these budget ladder starter builds as we keep getting closer to the ladder season. With that, until next time,